Hello everybody and welcome back to Games for Dads. Okay, here we go. It's time for another deck test, another super cool brand new card. Ernst, Worrell, Keely, that cool guy there. If this is the only history card in your deck, your Oceans of Sea cards, whatever they are, gain 16 until played. That's what he does. That is on the play. Sounds an absolutely amazing card. So I thought I'd put him in at my Around the Reef deck. So let's go and have a look at that deck, and let's have a look at a few changes that I've made. And I think this deck is even stronger now than it was when I first made it a few weeks ago. So the first one is an Ultra Fusion. It's Tidal Wave, great Oceans and Sea card. This one. On the return, your Oceans and Sea cards, whatever they are, gain 25 power and cost +1 energy until played. Well, this week's league is mega high energy, so we can play this deck in the league. I also put in Kraken. I couldn't find a better Oceans and Sea card, actually. I did want to take him out, but I couldn't find something to replace him with. 6 for 50. On the play, your Oceans and Sea cards in hand gain +50 this turn. So it's quite a nice buff, really, and you can play him at any time. The Grooved Brain Coral. I was playing this deck earlier on and I took out his partner, which we'll look at in a minute, and I was wondering why I wasn't getting all the buffs. But anyhow, you need this one to make the other Coral card, which we'll look at in a minute, work. But on the plane, if played next to the Brain, well, we don't have the Brain. Your Oceans and Sea cards in hand gain 18 for 2 turns, but you do need that card, really important. The Harlequin Shrimp. I love him. I always play him on the left. What does he do? If played on the left slot, your Around the Reef cards, whatever they are, gain 24 power until played. If played in the middle slot, this card gains +40 permanently, so that is quite a good option. And if played in the right slot, your other crustacean cards in hand gain +40 this turn. Amazing card, really beautiful picture as well. The Harlequin Shrimp. The Common Octopus. We've got 4 octopus cards in our deck. They are all good cards, and we also get a really cool Around the Reef boost from them. 8 for 64, the Common Octopus. On the draw, if your deck has 4 or more octopus cards, well, we've got 4 exactly, your Plant Life and the Around the Reef cards, whatever they are, gain 18 power and cost -1 until played. Really cool. Then we've got 9 Around the Reef cards in this deck. This one is the Atlantic White Spotted Octopus. This is octopus number 2. On the play, if played next to any Around the Reef cards, your cards in hand gain +22 for 2 turns. So you get a really nice buff from that second octopus. Moving on, the third octopus, he is great. The Day Octopus. I wonder where the Night Octopus is. 6 for 55, Epic Limited. Great card on the draw if your deck contains 8 or more Oceans and Sea cards, which it does. This card gains 65 until played. I really wish they buffed that card and made it 65 permanent buff. That would be amazing. What have we got next? The last octopus. Octopus number 4. He was the best choice. 4 for 40. Limited rare. The Gloomy Octopus. Don't be so gloomy. Be happy. On the play, the card opposite this loses -15 permanently. So quite useful. But he is the 4th and final octopus. The Philadelphia Pondium. Interesting. 6 for 40. Just a legendary card, this one. On the draw, your Ocean Sea cards in hand gain 20 power this turn. That's really good. And on the return, your Around the Reef cards, whatever they are, gain +25 until played. That is amazing for just a standard legendary card. A really, really good card. Starfish, we're going to try and play him next to his partner. On the play, your Sea Sponge and Constellation cards in hand gain +29 this turn. And his partner, Sea Sponge. Your Hamburger and Starfish cards in hand gain +64 this turn. There is a combo for those 2 cards as well, which is pretty good. The Are You Alright Ready Kids, whatever it is. Quite a cool one. And what have we got next? Comb Sea Star. So you want to hold this one, but it doesn't really matter if you play it because he's going to buff up so much. He'll become too powerful. But hold him as long as you can. There's a few other hold cards as well, but you can kind of juggle them around. Doesn't really matter if you play him, but on the start, your opponent loses -3 power permanently. Pretty good, especially if you hold him for a long time. Fire Coral. Here's another start card or a hold card. If your deck has 3 or more Around the Reef cards, which it definitely does, your opponent cards, whatever they are, lose -2 power until played. Wherever they are until played. Worth holding if you can. You will do a bit of damage. And then on the play, your opponent's cards in hand lose -15 this turn. Another amazing Around the Reef card. Really cool, this deck. The bubble coral on the play, if it's before round 4, you're around the reef cards wherever they are, gain plus 25 until played. And on the return, if it's on or after round 4, you're around the reef cards wherever they are, cost -1 energy until played. Another amazing picture. The pictures on here, I think this is the best collection for pictures. They are beautiful. The Sea Whip, another hold card, but this one you probably do want to play it when you can, because on the start this card gains 10 until played, but on the play, if played between 2 around the reef cards, your cards in hand gain plus 40 this turn. So that's another 120 buff on your cards in play. That is amazing. So try and use that one well and wisely. The open brain coral. So if you remember that groove brain coral we looked at earlier, this one you always need, really important to play it next to it, because on the play, if played next to the groove brain coral, you're around the reef and fabulous fish cards wherever they are, gain plus 25 until played. He's too good of a buff not to play him next to his friend. And a fusion card, the Belize Barrier Reef. On the play, for every around the reef card in your deck, you're around the reef cards wherever they are, gain +2 until played. And I built this deck really to test out the John Ernst Worrell Keely card, and I was playing it today after I built it to test out the card, and I realised I hadn't put John in it. Bit of a schoolboy error, but he's in it now. I've corrected myself. Here he is, John Ernst Worrell Keely, 6 of 53, as we looked at earlier on the play. If this is the only history card, which it is, in your deck, your Oceans of Sea cards, wherever they are, gain 16 until played. That is an incredible buff. Okay, let's go to the league. See how we get on. I've played a few league games with it since I corrected it, and it is rocking and a rolling. So let's see if we can find a suitable opponent. John Ernst Worrell Keely. I'd never heard of him before, actually, to be honest. Let's go out and in again. Let's see if we can find a game. Yeah, I never heard it. I should read the back of the card sometimes to find out a little bit more about these people. But this Around the Reef deck is super good. It is really, really strong. We're not finding any players today. What's going on? I just played a couple of games. No problem with this deck. Let's go and come back again. Or should we hang around? Should we hang around or shall we go back? Let's see. Give it one more chance. If not, oh, here we go. That's better. Leaf 666. Oh, evil man. 666. Okay, good luck, Leaf. What is he playing? Science and history? Maybe. Oh, I think he may have had his event deck there. Never mind, Leaf. Sorry about that. Okay, let's move on. Don't think we get anything for that one. Okay, we are going to test this deck eventually and make sure we got the right deck. I'll put it up on the left for you as well. Kick it 187. Let's have a look. Okay, let's go. Finally, we've got a game going. So we are playing another Oceans deck. Maybe, I'm not sure. I haven't seen anybody else playing at the Reef yet this week. I haven't played a lot of games, to be fair. Let's get cracking out. Nice score to start with, 393. Or he's playing Riding the Waves by the looks of it. Definitely. Okay, well, we know Riding the Waves is one of the best decks this week, so let's see how we get on against Kick It. Kick It 187. Let's see how you get on. I think it's going to be a close game. And there is that Groove Brain. Have we got his partner? No. So Harlequin, don't forget, always goes in the left. And we can play that SpongeBob combo. Are you ready, kids? That is nice. 400. Oh, I'm guessing he's put that card in his deck because he's got fed up running into all these mono payload decks. There are a lot of mono payload decks this week. I don't think it's the best deck, to be honest. I mean, it's really good. There's also loads of people playing Game Dev and 444 and auto-tune decks again. They always come out when it's high energy. But this deck is holding its own. Now I got Ernest in there, this little guy. I forgot to put him in earlier. He is an amazing buff. I can't believe I was playing it without putting him in when I was testing him. Bit weird. 245 with 300 in front. What's he doing? Kick it. Oh, okay. Well, I'm not sure that's a good move if you're playing Raging Rivers because they're supposed to buff up. I'm sure he knows what he's doing. Okay, Belize Barrier Reef, Tidal Wave, Common Octopus, Sea Whip. Still no partner for the Grooved Brain, though. We are looking for his partner, the Open Brain Coral. This is a great card, that fusion, by the way. 3, 2, 9. Let's see how we get on. Okay, now he is going. Well, he's played Unsinkable Sand because he's lost a round, I guess. So probably he wanted to make sure he lost. But so that Sea Whip, we probably want to play it if we can in a minute. It's buffing up nicely. What can we do here? Open Brain. Can go next to Groove Brain. Let's do that one. Played next to Around the Reef yet. That's good. Okay. Oh, I made a bit of a boo there, didn't I? I think I should have probably played Sea Whip, but never mind. We're okay. 599. I've forgotten how to play this deck. Deck code anyhow. BPJK8K. Great Dying. Oh, this is a weird deck. Okay, kick it. 187. Why would you have... You got a few paleontology cards in your deck, I guess. I don't think you're going to get that far with it, though. So this is the one. This card is great. Before round 4, which it is. Let's do that one. This is great. 888. And look at that. Plus 40 on all our cards. 1008. Oh, he ruined our good score. Kick it. What a shame. But look at that. Turn at 3 at round 2. And we're throwing down scores of 1,000 points already with this deck. That is the power of John Ernst Worrell Keely. Just gives this deck such a great boost. It's already one of the best decks in the game. And I think it's even stronger now. It is absolutely kicking. I do want to take Kraken out, though, to be fair. I probably need to look for maybe another Around the Reef card. I think we need one more Around the Reef card. And there is one that buffs up if you've got 10 Around the Reef by 18, I think. That would be another 180 points. Kraken's worth 150. I'm going to have to do a bit of research on that one to find a better card. So we're 48 behind, but let's play our SpongeBob 689. Is that going to buff up? I'm guessing he's got 3 big cards here. I do like that combo. It looks really cool. Don't forget we got that combo top 10 video coming up later on. I think it's coming out tomorrow, actually. And we've also got our new feature, Cards of the Week. The review coming up with Little Elf. I think that's coming tomorrow as well. Wow, loads of happening on Games for Dads. Okay, so we are 87 in front. We can go for a big score here. So that Combsy star, like I said, you can play it sometimes. It doesn't really matter. 575. Let's go bigger. 585. Just in case we lose. Which I don't think we're going to. Well, played Kick It. 187. Wow, this deck is phenomenal. I love it. I think that since I've put John in, I think that's the 3rd game I've played now, and it was kicking I was going to say something rude. It was kicking some of those big hitting decks before I put him in, and it is definitely better. Let's go and play one more game. I do like it. Let's see if we can get another game going. Let's see if we can find somebody good. Oh, that was quicker. That's much better. Dondi03. Hello, Dondi, with your little winged avatar. Okay, what is he playing? Oh, paleontology. Here we go. Game on. And John, let's get... Okay, we're going to try and buff up our cards as much as we can now. Fire Coral. Let's get him out as quick as we can, maybe. Oh, and Kraken. There we go. Similar start to last time, actually. 275. I was going to play Fire Coral, but I thought I'd hold him just one turn. He is a start card. Interesting paleontology deck here. Interesting indeed. It's definitely not a meta paleo deck. Okay, might not be as bad as I thought. So Belize. The good thing about Belize is how Around the Reef cards in your deck, not played. So you can get it around quite quickly actually. That's great. You've got to play that one correctly. Let's play between. Sorry about this. I'm just thinking a little bit here. That Sea Whip, making sure I get it right. It's such a powerful card. 3, 4, 2 puts us in the lead. Come on, Dondi. Great deck, thank you. I've been practicing with this deck. And what should we do here? We've got a few octopuses in our hand. Combsy Star nice and early as well. We can probably hold Combsy Star for a while now. Our rotation is pretty good. Keep hold of Open Brain until Groove Brain comes round. 2, 8, 9. We're probably going to lose this first round. But never mind. This deck does get stronger and stronger. Ooh, Dondi. 1-0. Well, that was unexpected. Deck code, by the way, I'm not sure if I gave it to you, is BPJK8K. Really cool deck. John, Ernst, Worrell, Keely. Wow, Dondi. I wasn't expecting to win that first round. But now our cards are in super good order. Oh, that is great. Tidal Wave. We can get that one. Tidal Wave. And probably we're going to have to play Combsy Star. Yeah, exactly as I said. Sometimes you just have to play it because of the rotation of some of the other cards. Because you obviously want to play the SpongeBob cards together. And you have to play the Open Brain and Groove Brain together. Otherwise, you're not going to get the big scores with this deck. But as we saw in the last game, even on turn 2, this deck is easily able to hit out scores of well over 1,000 points, especially as you get into round 4 and 5. You can quite often get 1,000 points back to back with this deck. 4, 9, 5, the Coral Cortex. That is a great combo. Wonder if it's in our top 10. Do make sure you tune in. That is a really good top 10 that we've done on the super secret special abilities. 20 behind. What can we do here? I'm going to hold John. We can play SpongeBob and one of the octopus, which is the biggest one. Not Gloomy. Day Octopus. Although, look at that, 705. Wow, that is a nice score. Not as big as the second round last game, is it? Okay, 2-0. We're going to win this 3-0 again. Wow. Do check this deck out, guys. BPJK8K, especially this week where you've got loads of energy. We are not having any energy issues whatsoever. And if you can think of a card to take Kraken out for, I really would love to swap him out for something a little bit better. I don't like playing Mythic sometimes. Do let me know in the comments. Let's get John round one more time. Look at that, 8 for 2, 1 for 5. Put him in the first box. Let's put Gloomy. It's just a shame there wasn't one better octopus. Might have another look at the octopuses. Maybe we can swap Gloomy out for something. The sad little octopus. Dondi's deck's not too bad actually, but it's just not gonna match this deck, to be honest, on power for power. His deck's not ramping up at all, and this one is getting crazy. Look at these cards. Oh, just embarrassingly good, this deck. 1, 2, 3, 7, 3, 1 again. Just keeps putting the pressure on, and look at that extra 40, 8, 5, 1 on round 3 against his 3, 6, 9. There's not even a competition this game. Do apologise, Dondi. You do have a nice deck though. Okay, here we go. Game over. Should we just go as big as we can? Not going to be massive actually, but let's go with Kraken. Guess it doesn't really matter actually. Let's put him there. Which should we go for? Not sure here. Good game. Let's just finish it off then. I think he thinks he's lost. Good game, Dondi. Well, there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, I do love this new version of Around the Reef featuring John, Ernst, Worrell, Keely. Really super cool deck. I am going to go and play a few more games with it, actually. But don't forget, we will be back, don't think, tomorrow with that super cool video. And we have also got the top 10 video coming in the next day or so. Anyhow, take care, everybody. We'll see you soon. Bye.